Hello, get ready for the exclusive theory of Master of the Air. A year of work. How Master of the Air recreated B-17 seconds in flight revealed in BTS. A new behind-the-scenes video demonstrates the meticulous labor that went into filming the B-17 flying moments from Apple TV Masters of the Air. Barry Keoghan in Masters of the Air, paired with a behind-the-scenes glimpse at a B-17 on a gimbal. A behind-the-scenes film shows that 2 full-scale B-17 seconds were built for Masters of the Air, which took a year to complete. Some reviews have criticized Masters of the Air for relying too heavily on CGI, but the show's premise necessitates it. The reproduction of 2 B-17 seconds enhances the authenticity of both the cockpit and the tarmac scenes. A new behind-the-scenes film focuses on Masters of the Air's historical accuracy, demonstrating how B-17 flying scenarios were achieved. Masters of the Air, executive produced by Tom Hanks and Steven Spielberg, the team behind Band of Brothers and the Pacific, tells the story of the 100th Bomb Group's incredible feats during WWII. The series, starring Austin Butler, Callum Turner, and Anthony Boyle, follows a small group of airmen on the ground and in the air, with a lot of time spent in the belly of a B-17 flying fortress. Following the release of Masters of the Air Episode 3, Apple TV provides a behind-the-scenes look at how various components of the series came together, including the construction of 2 full-scale B-17 reproductions, which took around a year, while B-17 recreations were employed for certain shots in the cockpit and on the airport tarmac. Many of the actual flying scenarios required the utilization of a replica cockpit on a gimbal on the volume, which featured massive walls of adaptive digital screens. The movie also details the meticulous work that costume designer Colleen Atwood put in to reproduce the pilots' uniforms, which included the use of era-appropriate leathers. Does Masters of the Air rely too heavily on CGI? The World War II series does not have a choice. B-17 bombers soar overhead during combat in Masters of the Air. While most Master of the Air reviews have been positive, the show has not achieved the same critical acclaim as Band of Brothers or the Pacific. At least some of the criticism has focused on the show's increased usage of CGI, whereas its predecessors relied heavily on physical effects. The flying scenes are generally fairly good, but there's no doubting that certain moments in the new series lack the raw and tactile feel of their predecessors. Band of Brothers and the Pacific are presently available for streaming on Max and Netflix. These CGI complaints are absolutely legitimate, but Masters of the Air's premise effectively means that creating a show in the same manner as Band of Brothers is simply impossible. Recreating a flying squadron of B-17 seconds as they pass over occupied France is not practicable, especially since real, airworthy B-17 seconds are now in short supply. The Masters of the Air budget of $250 million for 9 episodes is enormous, yet it is just not realistic that the series can be produced without considerable CGI. As the video above shows, great care was taken to ensure that everything the central Masters of the Air cast members interact with outside and within the B-17, including every dial and lever in the cockpit, is authentic. Even though exterior shots of planes in flight are frequently achieved digitally, the craftsmanship that went into recreating the interior and exterior of a B-17 should be recognized, as it speaks to the authentic experience that the filmmakers are attempting to create for the audience and the actors. Thank you for watching.